Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to high school softball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with you a second time this week. Tuesday, a bit of a glitchy game, we will say, with the internet coverage in Shepherd, as the Shepherd Blue Jays absolutely blasted their opponent, winning 15-0 in 4 innings versus Gladwin. Then I was able to step over to the baseball field. Big-time walk-off double from Bryce Smith. Game 2 this week will also be on the air Saturday with the second game of the day for the Sacred Heart Academy softball team. But we are here with one of the top teams in the state today, record-wise, rankings-wise, everything-wise, with the 24-1 Lady Pioneers of Clare taking on 16-14 Sanford Meridian. But Cammie Linton will be in the circle for Meridian, and she is an absolute stud. She will be very, very difficult for the Lady Pioneers to deal with. But it's an absolutely special day today. In between our first game and our second game, they will be honoring this senior class for the Clare Pioneers, and what a class it is. Allison Brandon, Macy Hensley, Addie McMillan, Tessa Kelly, Savannah Buzelli, Morgan Campbell, along with Maddie Jones. A number of those girls going on to play at the next level. And your 1 through 9, where they're playing in the field, we'll go through that after we come back from our break. It is the Woods Household pregame show coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Talk about Maddie Jones in the circle, Buzelli behind the plate, and where the rest of the Lady Pioneers will be. It's Clare Pioneers softball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca, or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network and our Woods Household pregame show. The Clare Pioneers, Sanford Meridian, ready to battle it out here. The Pioneers come into this game at 24-1. Their only losses to a Division I Petoskey team as well. To go through this lineup here for you, leading off for the Lady Pioneers will be Allison Brandon. She's playing at second base. Batting second, playing in center field, will be Addie McMillan. In the 3 spot, playing the shortstop position, will be Tessa Kelly. In the circle, batting the cleanup spot will be Maddie Jones. Batting 5th behind the plate will be Savannah Buzelli. Batting 6th will be Morgan Campbell. She plays first base. Breeze Yarg will be the DH, batting 7th. Pam Allen will be playing third base, batting 8th. Kylie Wyman will be batting 9th, playing out in left field. And Olivia Forsberg will be out in right field as the flex player. We always talk to you about the best seat in the house, brought to you by Woods Household. You can see them out there right now. The umpires, they've got the best seat in the house. I guess I got a pretty good seat in the house as well as we're up here in the press box. Shout out to the boys for sharing it with me here. Let me kind of crash the party a little bit. Call the seniors are headed out right now. The captains for the Lady Pioneers. Talk about the starters for Sanford Meridian. We'll get ready for the opening pitch when we come back. Another quick break here on our Woods Household pregame show. It's Clare Pioneers softball. The 24-1 Lady Pioneers taking on 16-14 Sanford Meridian. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Elevate your banking experience. Isabella Bank is your local banking partner. We understand the importance of personalized service, providing solutions that fit your unique needs. When you bank with us, together we can drive positive change and build stronger communities. Experience banking redefined. Make the switch today and experience banking that goes beyond. Isabella Bank. Local. Growing. Staying. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Bryant Family Farms would like to wish everyone good luck on the field and on the court. Bryant Family Farms offers maple syrup, mums, pumpkins, beef, goats, and fresh cut flowers. With you pick, bouquet arrangements, and subscription flowers. Bryant Family Farms, 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road. Visit BryantFF.com or call 989-304-1201. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. Make your next event bigger and brighter. Stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, what I like to call the meeting of the minds happening right now at home plate. The captains, the coaches discussing, well, not just the rules, but also possibly, I think a lot of umpires in this situation want to tell them how things are going to be called behind the plate. Went through that starting lineup for the Clare Pioneers. Now let's go through the lineup for Sanford Meridian after giving love to our friends at Barberry Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, along with our pregame show sponsor here, Woods Household Appliance. All right, in the field, in the batting order, pardon me, it'll be Ellie Beach leading things off for Sanford Meridian. She'll be the designated hitter. Megan Mock will be playing second base, batting second. Batting third, playing behind the plate, will be Sid Crowder. The star for the Sanford Meridian Mustangs, Cammie Linton, will be in the circle, batting cleanup. Batting fifth will be Mariah Gaskell. Batting sixth will be Allie Anderson. Seventh, Lily LaFave. Taylor Eastman, seventh. Yeah, well, we're going to stop that now as we're getting ready for the national anthem. So we'll send it out to one more quick break here. And when we come back, we'll have first pitch. We'll finish off that Sanford Meridian lineup. It is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't Pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Here we go, our second look at the Lady Pioneers this year. And I said the only time we saw them earlier this year was they took on a Division I Petoskey. But let me start back from the top and run through this lineup here for you for Sanford Meridian. Leading things off, playing the DH will be Ellie Beach. In the field for her will be Grace Noyes. Batting second, playing second base will be Megan Mock. Batting third behind the plate will be Sid Crowder. Batting fourth, the cleanup spot also in the circle is the Star Lady Mustang, Cammie Linton. Mariah Gaskill will be batting fifth. She plays at third base. Allie Anderson will be batting sixth, playing at shortstop. Batting seventh, playing center field, will be Lily LaFave. Batting eighth, playing first base, will be Taylor Eastman. And batting ninth, playing left field, will be Eliza Molsky. Back to the Lady Pioneers, who will start in the field. Playing pitcher, she bats cleanup. It is Maddie Jones. Behind the plate, she bats fifth. It's Savannah Buzelli. Batting sixth, she plays first base. It is Morgan Campbell. I'll continue to go around the diamond here. Leading off things, playing at second base, will be Alyssa Brandon. At the shortstop position, she bats third. It's Tessa Kelly. Over at third base, batting eighth will be Pam Allen. Out in left field will be Kylie Wyman. She's batting ninth. Olivia Forsberg will be out in right field. She is the flex player. And out in center field will be the senior Addie McMillan. She bats second. Maddie Jones in the circle along with Cammie Linton. This could be a fantastic game. But as I've said many a times, even with two fantastic pitchers, that's what's fun about high school softball. There are still going to be some runs scored, in particular with two teams like Sanford Meridian and these Lady Pioneers. Pioneers come in at 24-1. If I would guess, they're averaging double digits runs per game. They have just been absolutely fantastic. First one is going to miss, ball one for Maddie Jones, as she's dealing with Ellie Beach leading things off. Seems kind of rare to me to see the DH leading things off. Usually you got one of the speedsters out at center field, second base or something like that. Second pitch is going to be over for a strike. Nice and low in the zone for Maddie Jones on that one. Stepping back in, batting from the right side is Ellie Beach. Swing and a miss that time. Maddie Jones with the heat. And the Lady Mustangs out there in the navy blue pants, the baby blue jerseys, the white lettering. The Pioneers out there on this warm day in the all black with the green. That one's going to be called strike three, low in the zone. Ellie Beach is going to go down looking on that one. Here comes Megan Mock to the plate. She plays second base for the Pioneers. But if you're Maddie Jones, you absolutely love getting that low strike call for that first strikeout. That's something you hope continues all day long. Mock digging in, pretty much leaning way over the plate with an open stance. This one's going to be popped up to second base. Mock using her speed, trying to beat it out, but she will not get there. An absolutely fantastic play from second base by Alyssa Brandon over to Morgan Campbell for the out. This little pop out there to second base. It's not technically a pop out in the box score, but I'm going to call it that. It's just a little pop ball there. Nice job charging it, though, by Brandon. Mock had some speed out there. Was almost able to beat it out. Now Sid Crowder is at the plate. She'll be behind the plate defensively for the Mustangs. She's going to swing at the first pitch and foul it off. Mustangs come in at 16-14 on the year, but you look at that Jack Pine Conference for softball with Ogama, with Standish, with Shepherd, Beaverton South this year, St. Louis, a whole lot of really good teams in the Jack Pine for softball action. But at the top of the heap this year, it is the Lady Pioneers, who are 24-1. I believe I saw an article from Mr. Jim Lottie saying that they've actually already wrapped up the Jack Pine Conference Championship. 1-1, now the count to Crowder. This one's going to be hit towards third base. It's deep in the hole for Kelly. It's going to be a tough play. It's going to go over the head of first base. Heading up to second base is going to be Sid Crowder. I'm going to rule that one a single, though. I don't think she was going to be able to get the throw over to first base in time. Kelly knew she was deep in the hole, put everything she had into that one. It sailed a little bit, but again, I don't think she was going to get there in time. Now I have a pinch runner coming in. It's going to be Kennelly Kazat coming in to run for Sanford Meridian. It's at second base for Sid Crowder, who's behind the plate. Here comes Cammie Linton. She'll be in the circle for Sanford Meridian. Big moment here, top of the first inning. Runner at second base now. Could possibly rule it an error, that runner being able to go from first and second. But again, I'm giving credit to a single for Sid Crowder. At the dish is Cammie Linton. First one's going to miss outside. And with 2 outs and first base open, I don't think Linton's going to really see something here she can drive. In a very open stance, she's got 1 foot on the inside of the batter's box, the other one on the outside of the batter's box. She's going to foul that one off, counting now 1-1. As Maddie Jones battles her pitching counterpart, Cammie Linton. Love going out to our friends. Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robbins Dressman and Associates, JJ Painting and Martinez Lawn Care, along with Central Michigan Sand and Gravel and Block Electric. Here comes a pop-up that'll get out of play down the third baseline. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. We're in the top of the first inning. Scoreless with Clare and Sanford Meridian. Lady Pioneers 24-1. Sanford Meridian coming in at 16-14. That one's going to be high. Nice job by Buzelli catching up with that one behind the dish. 2-2 now the count to Linton. Again, a very dangerous hitter at the plate. You know, Maddie Jones, that runner at second base, is going to be very careful, very cautious with 2 outs and first base open. Here comes a 2-2. This one's going to be popped up towards third base. It's way up there. Not an easy play, but gathering underneath it to make the catch is Pam Allen. And so a nice job getting the very dangerous Cammie Linton in the cleanup spot with a runner in scoring position. No runs, we'll call it 1 hit, and I'm not even going to rule that an error. 1 left on. Here come the Lady Pioneers in the bottom of the first inning. Due Up, brought to you by our friends at J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Konowinski Construction, and Weber Brothers Sawmill. It's Alyssa Brandon, Addie McMillan, and Tessa Kelly. We'll be back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Get your yard ready for spring and summer with Martinez Lawn Care. Martinez Lawn Care is scheduling spring cleanups now, along with bush and tree trimming, landscaping needs, and scheduled mowing services. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. Konowinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konowinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konowinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Cammie Linton in the circle, ready to deal with this extra powerful lineup of the Lady Pioneers of Clare. Leading things off for Clare will be Alyssa Brandon, plays second base, made a nice play in the field. I believe it was the first out of the game. And again, you look at the scores, 18-0, 16-1, 9-2, 12-2, 15-1, 10-0, 21-1, 11-3, 11-1, 15-0. It's an absolute powerhouse of an offense here with the Lady Pioneers. But Cammie Linton has got some gas, as you can see there on the first pitch of the at-bat to Alyssa Brandon, low in the strike zone, 0-1 the count. Second baseman for the Pioneers, batting on the right side. This one's going to be hit right up the middle for a base hit for Alyssa Brandon. Leadoff single for the leadoff hitter. That's how you dial it up if you're Coach Kelly. Now here comes Addie McMillan, the center fielder for the Pioneers, and she has got some pop. I guess this whole lineup, when you think about it, is capable of putting one out here at Lady Pioneer Field, I'll call it. McMillan digs in on the right side. Wind up in the pitch. She shows bunt. She pulls it back. They're looking to take second base. Brandon is there easily with the stolen base. Excellent speed there from Brandon. It was a really good jump. Sid Crowder didn't really have much of a chance from behind the plate for Sanford Meridian. And you see some good sportsmanship out there right now. Trying to make sure the base is good. It's Alyssa Brandon, and out there with her is the shortstop, Allie Anderson from the Pioneers. Now here comes the coaching staff, and we'll call some of the grounds crew from Clare. Give me a moment to continue to thank some of our sponsors like Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, GNS Mechanical, The Diner, All Seasons Fireworks, Bryant Family Farms. Go get your subscription flowers right now. Yeah, maybe you got mom flowers for Mother's Day, but you can get her subscription flowers so she will have them all summer long. Check that out at Bryant Family Farms or visit their website. I also love Pier Plumbing, Isabella Bank, hanging by a thread, and our friends at the Isabella Community Sportsplex. All right, second base is ready to go. We're ready to go. 1-0 is the count to Addie McMillan. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first inning. Leadoff runner on for the Pioneers. Number 2 hitter at the plate, the center fielder. She showed bunt one time. This one's going to be a high fly ball. Not an easy play, but what a play from the shortstop position. It's never easy to go from the infield out to the grass backing up, but Allie Anderson was able to do that and get the pop out from Addie McMillan. Tessa Kelly now steps to the plate. And if you're Clare, you definitely want to get that leadoff hitter in here to start the game. Kelly, all-sport star for the Lady Pioneers. I saw it was her and Ryan Louch who won like the Senior Athlete of the Year award. And you think about the senior class, it was boys and girls for both boys and girls for all sports. Pretty darn impressive to be voted the top athlete. First one misses. Here comes the 1-0 to Kelly. This one's going to be hit right up the middle. Not an easy play. It's going to get by shortstop. Speeding in to score is Allison Brandon, and it's an RBI single for Tessa Kelly. It is 1-0. Lady Pioneers with the lead. Just one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Cleanup hitter Maddie Jones stepping to the plate with Tessa Kelly at first base, who definitely has the speed to take second base, as we just saw Allison Brandon do moments ago. It was a windup in the pitch to Jones. Kelly kind of jumps, but ready behind the plate was Sid Crowder. Here comes the 0-1 from Cammie Linton. This one's going to be fouled back. Jones now behind the count, 0-2. Our score, 1-0. Clare with the lead. RBI single moments ago from Tessa Kelly. Driving in Allison Brandon after she singled, stole second base. Jones steps back in, batting from the right side. Linton ready in the circle with the 0-2. Jones is going to battle this one off down the first baseline, out of play. Sophia Buzelli on deck. Morgan Campbell due up behind her. We've got 3 seniors here in a row, actually 4 or 5 if you count McMillan and Kelly here on senior day. I don't want to call it senior night as it's a nice sunny day here. This one's going to be sent down the right field line, also foul out of play. Excellent job here by Maddie Jones battling. The count remains 0-2, but this would be pitch number 5 of the at-bat here for Cammie Linton. There's no pitch count in high school softball, but the more Linton is out there, probably the easier she's going to be deal with, you're telling yourself if you're Clare. Big swing and a miss. Pulling the string on that one was Linton. That will allow Kelly to take second base. But going down on strikes is Maddie Jones. That'll bring up Savannah Buzelli with a chance to drive in Tessa Kelly from second base. We got 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 is our score. Single from Allison Brandon. She stole second. Tessa Kelly drove her in. Catcher Buzelli, number 5 hitter, steps in. That one's going to miss outside. Two outs, bottom of the first inning. 1-0 the count to Buzelli. Linton gets ready. She winds and deals. This one's going to be hit up the middle off the shoe of Linton into foul territory. Safe at first base with the single is Savannah Buzelli. Again, you know kind of what I say. If it's a play that I can't make, there's no way I'm going to ever rule it an error. And that was a really tough play in the circle. Kind of came right back at Linton. Kind of rolled off her foot a bit towards third base into foul territory, which allowed Buzelli to speed into first base. She now has a pinch runner coming in for her. At third base is Tessa Kelly. Stepping up to the plate now is Morgan Campbell, the senior, playing first base. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Sanford Meridian already surrendered a run here in the bottom of the first inning. You got the feeling with Maddie Jones on the mound, you can't be giving up too many crooked letters against this Pioneer squad. Campbell waits the first pitch from Linton. Here it comes. It's going to be hit towards short, not an easy play. Charging over to first base in time, coming off the bag is first base, and coming in to score is going to be Tessa Kelly. Moving all the way up to third base is the pinch runner for Buzelli. And again, I'm going to rule that a single there for Morgan Campbell. It was not an easy play at short for Allie Anderson. It was just off the bag for Eastman, which allowed Campbell. She hustled there to get in safely. Now it's 2-0. Runners at the corners. And now stepping to the plate is Breeze Yarger, the DH for the Lady Pioneers. She's going to foul off the first pitch. You always love to see that with 2 outs, your girls running full speed if you're Coach Kelly. That's what he got there from Kelly and a pinch runner for Buzelli. I can't quite see the number down there at third base. It's her sister Sophia Buzelli in running for her. Big swing and a miss that time from Yarger. 0-2 now the count. Yarger steps back out. 2-0 our score. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. This one's going to be hit towards third. It's going to go foul. Even if that one would have stayed fair, having to charge from her third base position was Gaskell. That would have been a really tough play to throw it across the diamond to get the out. Count remains 0-2. Pitch number 4 of the at-bat here to Yarger. She's going to send this one through first and second base. Another run is going to come in. That's Buzelli coming in for Buzelli, and Campbell hustling to third. The ball gets away. She's going to come in to score. Up to second base is Breeze Yarger. She's going to get credit for 2 RBIs. We'll give her the 2 RBI single there, but it's now 4-0. And I believe that's now 3 runs with 2 outs for the Lady Pioneers. A big rally. Now still a runner at second base. Stepping in, batting from the left side is Pam Allen, who plays at third base. Big swing, a whole lot of gas on that one from Linton on the mound. The count is 0-1. What a start for the Lady Pioneers. They lead it 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. RBI single from Kelly. 2 RBI single from Breeze Yarger. That one's going to be fouled off by Allen. Count now 0-2. It would have been Campbell, I believe, also with the RBI single. You know, the Spockman math is never that great. 4-0 the count. Here comes the 0-2. This one's going to be hit hard towards short. Not an easy play with a runner right there. That will allow one runner to move up to third. That's Yarger. Pam Allen is now safe at first with another single. Here comes Kylie Wyman. If she's able to get on, the Pioneers will have batted around here in the bottom of the first inning. And as you hear me say, with a lot of lineups in the mid-Michigan area for softball or baseball, now your typical number 9 hitter stepping up, pretty much another leadoff hitter for the Pioneers here. First one's going to be outside. Taking second base easily is Pam Allen. Don't think they wanted that runner to possibly come in with third, as I call the old Brad Ancliffe steal. Wyman crushes this one out towards the parking lot. People wonder why I carry my equipment just a little bit further when I come to baseball and softball games. That's that type of foul ball right there that if you straighten it out is going to be out of here for Wyman. 1-1 the count. That one's going to be in the dirt. Fantastic job behind the plate by Sid Crowder to keep that one in front of her. 2-1 now the count to Wyman. Linton winds and deals. So one's going to be hit hard towards third. It'll go foul once again. It's another thing here with Wyman. When I look at Pam Allen had a hit on an 0-2 count. So did Yarger. So did, I guess Maddie Jones did go on strikes, but then some 2-out hits here for Clare. They're just tough to have them go down on strikes. They continue to foul things off and stay alive at the plate and wait for you to make a mistake. Bottom of the first, 2 out, 2 on. That one's going to miss outside to Wyman. That's going to run the count full. Allison Brandon is on deck. She singled and came around to score to lead off the inning for the Pioneers. 2 outs, full count. Runners at second and third. Linton winds and deals. This one's going to be hit hard, but it's going to go foul down the third baseline. Wyman with a fantastic at-bat here. This will be pitch number 7 or 8 of the at-bat here. She looks down to Coach Kelly, gets a sign, but with runners on second and third, he was trying to put this one in play. And with a couple errors we've seen from Sanford Meridian here in the bottom of the first, definitely want to make sure you put it in play. Here comes the 3-2. This one's going to be hit hard towards third. It's going to go foul once again. So I believe this is pitch number 8, pitch number 9 of the at-bat here to Wyman as she continues to battle. And this is what's so tough if you are Cammie Linton on the mound. You're throwing your best stuff, but it's just an incredible lineup from Clare. Here comes the payoff pitch again. That's going to be outside for ball 4. What an at-bat from Kylie Wyman as she draws the walk. Pitch number 8, pitch number 9 of the at-bat. This is where I got to cross out that 2 for inning number 2 on my box score and write a 1 in there as Allison Brandon comes back to the plate now with the bases loaded. She's going to swing at the first pitch and foul it back to the backstop. The cleanup hitter, Maddie Jones, got out. Since then, it's been single walk for Clare. Now we're back to the top of the order with Allison Brandon. 0-1 the count. This one's hit hard at third base. It's not going to be fielded. Hustling to come in to score all the way from second base is going to be, want to see that, is Pam Allen. Safe diving back into second base is going to be Allison Brandon. Or pardon me, no, is going to be Kylie Wyman as I try and get things squared here. It's a 2 RBI single for Clare, and they continue to put up runs with 2 outs. This is now 4 runs scored here in the bottom of the first inning for Clare with 2 outs, going up against a really good pitcher in Cammie Linton. I went through those scores earlier. The amount of times they put up double digits this year is more times than they haven't. That one's going to be inside. And Addie McMillan, a lot tougher than I am. I would have been very scared of that one. That was inside. She just kind of stood there and let it go right by her. 6-0 the score, Clare. Here comes the 1-0. That's also going to be inside. 2-0 now the count to McMillan. It's already 6-0 Clare here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 the count to McMillan. Linton has a signal. She winds and deals. Runners at first and second. That's going to miss low. 3-0 now the count to Addie McMillan. You do not want to load him up for Tessa Kelly, who already has an RBI single here in this first inning. 6-0 the score, bottom of the first. 4 runs with 2 outs have come across for Clare. That's going to be in there for a strike. Taking that one all the way was Addie McMillan. You see the stuff that Cammie Linton has right there with a 3-0 count. She's still not afraid. Throw a little bit, again, breaking ball, pulling the string on it. My softball pitching terminology is not that great. This one's going to be roped towards third base. Coach Kelly almost able to handle it barehanded. But it'll go foul. It's going to run the count full to 3-2. 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Addie McMillan. She popped out to shortstop for the first out of this inning. Linton winds and deals. This one's going to be chopped foul. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here for Addie McMillan. "35 pitches already this inning. The boys in the press box beat me to it. I just was pulling out the game changer to check it. Here comes the 3-2. Sent hard right past the shortstop. That's going to bring in another run. What a shot right there from McMillan. That is one of the hardest hit softballs you will ever see at shortstop. Needing a checker glove probably is Allie Anderson, because that might have gone right through it on the RBI single there from Addie McMillan. Runners remain at first and second base as it was good hustle to keep that one from getting to the outfield. But more runs continue to come in for Clare. This one's going to be pop foul for Tessa Kelly. A 7 spot for the Lady Pioneers here in the bottom of the first inning. Tessa Kelly at bat for her second time in the inning. She's already had an RBI single. Here comes the pitch from Litton. Kelly pops this one out towards right field. Not an easy play. Second base going out there to make the catch. And coming down with it is Megan Mock. But what an inning there for the Lady Pioneers. Maddie Jones goes down on strikes, and after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive Lady Pioneers reach base. A bunch of them coming around to score. Woo! It is 7-0 as we head to inning number 2. A little bit different feeling for Maddie Jones in the circle now. We're back with more Clare softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to that action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, and there was a lot of action in the bottom of the first inning. The Lady Pioneers coming into today at 24-1. They put a 7 spot on the board. Here comes 5, 6, 7 due up for Sanford Meridian, brought to you by Woods Household Appliance, a Weef Rich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, and the Bird All-American Grill. First pitch from Maddie Jones is going to miss high. Maddie Jones, a lot different feeling coming out now in the second inning with a 7-run lead. That one's also going to miss high. 2-0 the count. Gaskell playing at third base for Sanford Meridian, batting in the 5 spot, leading off top of the second inning here. 2-0 the count, 7-0 the score. That one's also going to miss inside to Gaskell. 3-0 now the count. And if you're Sanford Meridian, you know, you feel like you can put up 7 runs against anybody, but Maddie Jones is one of the top pitchers in the state. Although she goes a 4-pitch walk there, we'll call that a little bit of a broadcaster's jinx. I talked about you feel different out there if you're Jones, maybe a little too comfortable against that first batter. But now Allie Anderson steps to the plate playing the shortstop position for the Lady Mustangs. And batting in the number 6 spot. First one's going to miss low to Jones. And Jones hasn't been out there long enough, I don't think, for the heat to really be something to deal with. But again, the Clare girls are out there in the all-black. It is probably the warmest day of the year so far. That one's also going to miss inside. 2-0 the count to Allie Anderson. Lily LaFave on deck. Taylor Eastman behind her for Sanford Meridian as they try and answer back here in the top of the second inning as the Lady Pioneers put 7 on the board in the bottom of the first inning. That one's also going to miss it outside. So 7 consecutive that have missed now for Maddie Jones. 3-0 count. I imagine taking all the way here is Anderson. And that one will bounce in there, so it'll be ball 4. 8 consecutive now that have missed for Maddie Jones. And the senior's got a ton of experience in the circle. This isn't anything that's going to rattle her, but again, it's the hottest day of the year. You wonder if that heat is just something tough to deal with out there in the circle. Maddie Jones in the all-black. Runners on first and second, still nobody out. They show bunt, but it goes foul for Lily LaFave. LaFave, playing center field for Sanford Meridian. Whenever you see a young girl show bunt, see that she plays center field, I'm going to guess she'd be a track star if she chose to play track or if she duels. Steps back in, batting from the right side. Runners on first and second. Meridian looking to answer back here in the top of the second inning after giving up 7 runs to Clare in the bottom of the first. That's going to be over for a strike. Great pitch there for Maddie Jones. Count now 0-2 to LaFave. Center fielder still showing bunt with that 0-2 count. She pulls it back, kind of saws this one off down the first baseline. It'll go foul out of play. Oh, 2 the count. Runners on first and second. Meridian, get the bases loaded, nobody out. Probably feel like you can make a comeback here in this inning, but going down on strikes, a big-time punch out there from Maddie Jones, getting Lily LaFave swinging. That'll be second strikeout. Oh, they're going to say it was a foul ball that was tipped and caught. Shout out to the boys up here giving me that info there. This one's going to be popped out of play for Eastman. And so back-to-back walks on 8 pitches surrendered by Maddie Jones. Seems to have it going now. She gets the foul tip out against LaFave. Eastman fouls this one off. She's going to show bunt. She pulls it back. That's going to miss high and outside. 1-1 the count to Taylor Eastman. Eliza Molsky on deck. Then it's back to the top of the order for Sanford Meridian. And a pardon me here, I'm lucky you can't see the scoreboard. The guys told me it was foul. I thought it was a foul tip out. No. It was a foul ball. LaFave is still at the plate. There's still nobody out here in the top of the second. A pardon me there. Now she goes down on strikes. I was just doing a little foretelling there. I'll make the joke. Runners remain at first and second now for Taylor Eastman stepping to the plate. Again, pardon me there. Goofed that one up. Thought LaFave went down on strikes, but it was a foul ball. Stayed up there for a couple more pitches. I thought it was Eastman. Eastman now does step to the plate. 1 out, top of the second inning. The Lady Pioneers lead it 7-0. They're 24-1 on the year. Having senior day here today for Maddie Jones, Morgan Campbell, Savannah Buzelli, Tessa Kelly, Addie McMillan, Macy Hensley, and along with Alyssa Brandon. This one's going to be hit right up the middle, chance to bring in a run. It kind of stops in the grass, but what a throw. What a throw from McMillan in center field, and not allowing that run to come in. So a big single there for Eastman. Moves Anderson up to second, moves Gaskell up to third. The bases are now loaded for Eliza Molsky. Number 9 hitter playing left field. You see the arm of McMillan out there. The ball kind of caught up in the grass very quickly. It looked like it was going to get to her. She ended up having to put quite a charge as she ran into it, then put quite a charge into the throw as well. Big swing and a miss for Molsky on the first pitch of the at-bat. Bases loaded. 1 out, top of the second inning. Clare already leads at 7-0, but Sanford Meridian a chance to answer back here with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the second. That's going to be over for a strike. An excellent pitch there for Maddie Jones. He pulls the string a bit on that one. If you're Jones, you'd love to get a strikeout here with the bases loaded. Molsky pulls that one back. Getting the strikeout is Jones. A quick throw down to third base. Back safely is Gaskell. But now a pair of punch-outs here for Maddie Jones. Have her chasing out of trouble. The bases are loaded full of Lady Mustangs. It's back to the top of the order with Ellie Beach, who went down looking on strikes to start off her ball game. Jones steps back into the circle. First pitch is going to miss low. Gaskell walked. Allie Anderson walked to lead it off. LaFave went down on strikes. Eastman singled. It was a great play from center field to McMillan to keep that runner at third base. Now Molsky goes down on strikes. That one's going to be over for a strike. 1-1 the count to the leadoff hitter, Ellie Beach, who has the bases loaded. Big opportunity here in the top of the second inning. Clare leads at 7-0. You got to get something across here if you're Sanford Meridian. This one's going to be popped up. Kelly into the grass. It's a tough play, but she will make the catch to get Clare out of the inning. A couple big punch-outs after a couple walks surrendered for Miss Maddie Jones, showing why she is a star on the mound. We're headed to the second inning. Maddie Jones will be due up along with Savannah Buselli and Morgan Campbell, brought to you by our friends at Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, and GNS Mechanical. We're back with more Clare Pioneer softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road, or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in Mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Maddie Jones quickly sends one out to second base. It's fielded there cleanly and in time for the out. And so a quick first out to the second inning here if you are Sanford Meridian. But it didn't really matter. After 7 outs in the first inning, or 2 outs in the first inning, 7 consecutive batters reach for the Pioneers. And it started here with Savannah Buselli in the first inning. See what happens here in the second inning as she crushes one out to left center field. It's up against the fence. It'll be a stand-up double for Buselli. And what a game she is having so far, as think about that Gates Drilling and Service drive of the game, along with Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drive of the game. Big bat right now is Ben Buselli. She's got a single. She came around to score, and now with the double up against the fence. Big time hit, and her sister, Sophia Buselli, will come in and run for her. Now stepping up to the plate is Morgan Campbell. She had an RBI single her first time up in the first inning. After her is Bree Yarger, who had a 2 RBI single her first time up. And again, I might not have all those exactly correct, but point of it is it was a fantastic first inning. Nice play from second base all the way over towards the foul line to make the catch was Megan Mock. And I like the decision for her to get the catch, because that also allows her teammate at first base, Taylor Eastman, stay there and cover the bag just in case she did drop that. Comes a hit up the middle. It's going to go through the hole. Rounding third, showing some speed, is Sophia Buselli. She is in. And Breeze Yarger, I just talked about the big bat, has been Savannah Buselli. But Breeze Yarger now, I believe, with 3 RBI here in the first 2 innings as Buselli comes around to score. It is now 8-0, Clare with the lead. And I also want to say that is now 6 runs with 2 outs. Just appears right now when there's 2 outs against this Clare team, you're not going to get them out. And after Maddie Jones went down on strike, it went Buselli, Campbell, Yarger, Allen, Wyman, Brandon, McMillan back to the top of the order. They all reached after 2 outs in the first inning. Another run across here with 2 outs in the second inning. Here comes a chopper. Not an easy play at second base. It's going to get into the outfield. Another run with 2 outs comes in to score, and Breeze Yarger. And that was just a really tough play out there at second base. I'm giving Pam Allen credit with another RBI single with 2 outs. That is now 7 of the 9 runs that have come across for Clare. You talk about clutch. That's what this lineup has been in the first 2 innings. 9-0 the score. 15 runs after 3 innings is a mercy. 10 runs after 5 innings is a mercy. First pitch of the at-bat to Kylie Wyman is going to be fouled down the left field line. Kylie Wyman walked on like 9 or 10 pitches her first time up. She was able to come around and score in the first inning. It's technically 0 for 0 on the day with a run scored. Runner on first, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning, 9-0. Clare with the lead. Here comes the 0-1. This one's hit out towards center field. It's going to get down. Speeding from second to third. It's going to be a close play. Sliding in safely is Pam Allen. And Kylie Wyman speeds into second. We're going to give her credit for a double for the hustle there. We're back to the top of the order. Holy moly, the Lady Pioneers bats are just smashing things here on Senior Day. I don't know what else to say. It is 9-0 here in the second inning. Runners at second and third. 7 of the 9 runs for Clare have been scored with 2 outs. Allen smashes this one out deep. It's deep. It's gone! Up against the turf building. What a blast from Alyssa Brandon. And you talk about that Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Brought to you by our friends at Weefridge Financial. Alyssa Brandon now has a single, a run scored, a 2 RBI single, and a 3-run home run. So that's 5 RBI and 2 runs scored for Alyssa Brandon. And that is now 10 of 12 runs scored for Clare with 2 outs. Wow, it is 12-0. What a performance from Alyssa Brandon. A single, a 2 RBI single, and now the 3-run absolute bomb. They don't have exact markers of how deep the field is here at Clare, but that one would have been gone on a number of college fields as well from Brandon, as the senior absolutely unloaded on that one and sent it off. Well, I guess it hit the netting, but if the netting wasn't there, she might have been the first girl putting a dent in the turf room here. This one's going to be sent out towards left field. Not an easy play. It's going to go off the glove of the left fielder. We're giving credit for a double there, though, to Miss Addie McMillan, as that one was absolutely roped. And you know my saying, if I ain't making the play, I'm not ruling it an error. But yet the 2-out hitting continues for Clare. Tessa Kelly stepping up to the plate. She's 1 for 2 on the day. She had an RBI single. She popped out to second base to end the first inning. That one's going to miss high. 7 in the first. Now 5 here in the second for the 24-1 Lady Pioneers. Top team in Division III in the state. Here comes the 1-0 to Kelly. This one's going to be hit hard towards short, fielded over in time for the out. But again, the runs all coming across with 2 outs. A 5 spot put up by the Lady Pioneers. Due up will be Maddie Jones to start the third inning for Clare. If they put up 3 more runs, don't give up anything here. They could be wrapping this one up very, very early. Clare, 12. Sanford Meridian 0. Clare, 10 of their 12 runs have been scored with 2 outs through the first 2 innings. Back with more Lady Pioneer softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes competing for their schools. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, the official scorebook has got Alyssa Brandon for 3 RBI, but we're gonna continue to say 5 because we're not gonna count that error back in the first inning. It is 12-0. Clare with the lead. Due up for the Lady Mustangs. It's 2-3-4 with Megan Mock, Sid Crowder, and Cammie Linton. Chance for them to get something going here as they trail 12-0. Quickly down 0-2 on strikes is Megan Mock. She popped out to second base her first time up. Jones winds, deals. That one's going to be inside. She 1-1 the count, pardon me. Sid Crowder singled her first time up, was stranded in the first inning. She's on deck. At the plate right now is Mott with a 1-1 count. That's going to be on the inside corner for a strike. 1-2 now the count to Megan Mock. Mock steps back in. Choking up on that bat a little bit, batting from the right side. A big crouch as she steps in now with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. It's going to go in the dirt, but an easy throw for Buzelli behind the plate. Going down on strikes is Megan Mock to start the third inning here for Sanford Meridian. Again, if you're Clare, you lead it 12-0 here in the top of the third with 1 out. If you put up 3 in the bottom of the third, you could end this one via walk-off. Sid Crowder stepping to the plate. Again, she singled her first time up. Stranded at second base in the first inning. That one's going to be in the dirt, 1-0. Again, Crowder's hit could have been ruled an error, but again, Spockman box score is not official by any means. Here comes the 1-0 to Crowder. That one's going to miss high. 2-0 now the count. Cammie Linton on deck. Mariah Gaskell behind her. 12-0 Clare with the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. They've scored 10 of their 12 runs with 2 outs. Liner up the middle. What a play from Jones in the circle over to first base for the out. Tough play there for Jones. That one wasn't very hard hit, but you think about the way these girls come off the rubber in the circle going towards the plate. Anything coming at you, you got to have great balance to be able to make that play. Fantastic job there by Maddie Jones. Here comes Cammie Linton. She popped out to third base her first time up. 12-0 the score here in the second inning, or third inning, pardon me. This one's going to be fouled to the backstop by Linton. Love going out to her friends, Barberry Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, and Woods Household Appliance. Bill's Custom Fab, fabrication of the game, the Gates Drilling and Service, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Derive of the game, the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. As I sell out here, has definitely got to be Miss Allison Brandon with the 3-run jack that she had in the bottom of that second inning. That one's going to miss outside. Trying to get Linton to chase was Maddie Jones. 1-2 now the count. Linton steps back in. He's going to hit this one out towards second base. Not an easy play, but Brandon is there in time to make the play. They go 1, 2, 3 in the third. It's got to be hard to get any momentum going if you're Sanford Meridian, the way the bats are going right now for the Lady Pioneers. We'll keep it right here as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Pioneers could close it out here in the bottom of the third if they're able to put 3 runs up, and you probably think they could when you see a 7 spot on the scoreboard for the first inning and a 5 in the second inning. It's 12-0 Clare as we head to the bottom of the third. Much love going out to our friends, Woods Household Appliance, J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Konowinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, along with G&S Mechanical, and our friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools supporting what we're doing here at the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, whether it's Mount Pleasant or whether it's up here in Clare today, covering a couple of our local schools, Clare and Sanford Meridian. And Sanford is one of those teams that, if their softball, baseball team happened to be the last one left, we would definitely start following them. And I've told a couple people from Sanford that I've seen that if that baseball or basketball game, I think it was the quarterfinals for their girls, wasn't up in Calumet, I probably would have checked about broadcasting that one. Here we go. Bottom 3. Maddie Jones stepping up to the plate for the Clare Pioneers. They have a chance to walk this one off if their bats continue to explode like they have in inning number 1 and inning number 2. Jones is actually 0 for 2 on the day. She struck out her first time at the plate, and she grounded out to second base. Couple more warm-ups out there for Cammie Linton, again, who's pitching well. She's got a lot of smoke Well, these Clare girls, they're used to dealing with that 60-plus mile-an-hour pitch. They can catch up with it better than most teams in the state. 12-0 the score. Maddie Jones heading up to the plate. 24-1 Pioneers lead at 12-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Cammie Linton winds and deals. First pitch here of the inning is going to miss high. Third inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 12-0 Clare with the lead. Chance for them to put up 3, but Linton on the mound. She's got a little bit better defense behind her. So this one's smoked from Maddie Jones. That's gone. Another home run for the Lady Pioneers. And Maddie Jones, who was the only girl hitless so far on the day for the Pioneers, joins the party as she sends a blast deep out to left center field and gets a congratulations from her teammates at home. It is 13-0. And that is the first time in 10 runs that Clare has scored without 2 outs. Their final, I believe it was their final 2 or so runs, or their final 5 runs of the first, and all 5 runs of the second inning came with 2 outs. This one with nobody out, nobody on. The blast from Maddie Jones. Here comes Buselli to the plate. She's 2 for 2 on the day, and her sister, who's pinch running for her, has came around to score both times. 13-0 is the score. It looks like Sanford Meridian's going to have somebody start warming up right now, but it might be too late, as 2 runs away from a walk-off are the Pioneers here in 3 innings. And this is a team that is not a stranger to walking things off in 3 or 5 innings. One 1-0 is the count. Linton winds and deals to Buselli. Big swing and a miss that time from Buselli. She singled her first time up, had a double her second time up. And after this pitch, I'll run through some of these Clare scores for you. That one's going to miss outside. So Clare beat Gladwin 21-0 in 3, 15-0 in 4. Shepherd 12-0 in 5, 6-1 in a full game. 12-0 in 5 to Sheboygan. They got the 1 loss to Petoskey. Since then, they've had a whole lot of mercies. That one's going to be inside 3-1 the count. Farwell, a 5-inning, 3-inning mercy. St. Louis, a 5-inning, 6-inning mercy. Bullock Creek, a 5-inning, 6-inning mercy. Beaverton, a 5-inning, 5-inning mercy. Same goes for Ogama, 5-inning, 6 innings. 3 innings versus Boyne City. They beat Plymouth Christian 10-3. They beat Marquette, a Division I school, 15-1 in 4 innings. They beat Pinconning 12-2 in 5 innings. And their last time out versus Harrison earlier this week, they won 16-1 in 3 and 18-0 in 4. So this team is very, very familiar with winning in 3 innings, 4 innings. They're capable of doing it right now as the walk-off run is at the plate. Savannah Buselli draws the walk. Her sister Sophia comes in to run for her. It's 13-0. There's still nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. That one's going to be inside to Morgan Campbell. It was 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single. She popped out to second base in inning number 2. 13-0 our score. Nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. This one's going to be hit towards third. It's going to get by into the outfield. Stopping at second base is Buselli. Now at first is Morgan Campbell. Here comes Bree Yarger. She's 2 for 2 on the day. I've got her for 3 RBI. She singled both times at the plate with runners on. She's drove them in. She also has 2 runs scored as well. From your designated hitter position, that is what you want if you are Coach Kelly. 2 for 2 on the day, 2 runs scored, and a whole bunch of RBIs. This one sent down the third baseline. Shirley would have brought in 1 run if it was fair, but it'll go foul. And we're only broadcasting the 1 game here today. And we'll have senior day in between, celebrating this great senior class. Campbell, Jones, Buselli, Tessa Kelly, Addie McMillan, and Macy Hensley, along with Alyssa Brandon. Here comes the 0-1 to Yarger. That's going to miss outside. 1-1 the count. Pam Allen on deck. She's 2 for 2 on the day with a couple runs scored. Wyman behind her, who's technically 1 for 1 with a run scored as she walked and came around to score in the first. Doubled in the second and was stranded there. That one's going to miss outside to Yarger. 2-1 the count. Sanford Meridian, this is just a tough position to be in. Still nobody out here. Bottom of the third inning. The walk-off run for the Mercy is at first base. That one's going to miss outside, now 3-1. But I often talk about what you're learning playing high school sports. It's more than just winning. These girls out there dealing with the heat, dealing with 13 runs and 2 innings, not even 2 1/3 yet. There's nobody out here in the third. It's a lot tougher than getting fired from a job. Here comes a rope that's going to get up again. No, doesn't get up against the wall. Great play out in left field. That'll stop the game-winning run at third base. But coming all the way around to score is Sophia Buselli. Up to third is Campbell, and Yarger with an RBI double. She is now 3 for 3 on the day, and the bats of the Lady Pioneers are just absolutely smoking right now as Pam Allen steps in, a chance to win this game. And she just puts one into play. She could probably win it. Runners at second and third. On deck is Kylie Wyman. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. 7 in the first, 5 in the second, 2 in the third for the Pioneers here. 0-1 to count. Allen's going to send this one to the outfield. That's going to get down, and that will do it. Coming in to score the game-winning run is Morgan Campbell. The game-winning RBI goes to Pam Allen. 15-0 in 3. The Clare girls continue their Mercy run. I have to look to see how many that is in a row, but 16. What a performance from the Pioneers. They win it 15-0 over Sanford Meridian. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with our Bird All-American Grill post-game show and put a bow on this one. Clare walks it off in 3 innings. 16-0 is on the board. What a performance from Clare. We'll be back with your post-game show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes, competing for their schools. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And in this one, a little bit earlier, boys going to have time to maybe go get some dinner with the folks up here in Clare. 15-0, the Lady Pioneers win it. What an absolute dominant performance at the plate for the Lady Pioneers. You think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. The Bills Custom fabrication of the game. The drive brought to you, or the drill of the game brought to you by Gates Drilling and Service and all those other great folks. Just a fantastic performance from Allison Brandon. She led off the game with a single. She stole second base, came around to score on an RBI single a couple batters later with Tessa Kelly. She then came up again in the first inning. In my box score, I got her ruled for a 2 RBI single. And then what did she do in the second inning when she came up? She hit a 3-run home run. So the Spockman unofficial box score, I've got her 3 for 3, a home run, 2 singles, and 5 RBI in 3 innings. 15-0. The Lady Pioneers win it here on Senior Day, and they've got another one to play after they celebrate the seniors and get themselves a little bit of an early dinner, late lunch. But one more congratulations to this senior class from Clare. These girls were in the state semifinals last year, and they're now 25-1 this year. That's pretty darn amazing. So those seniors, Alyssa Brandon, Macy Hensley, Addie McMillan, Tessa Kelly, Savannah Buzelli, Morgan Campbell, and Maddie Jones. Congratulations to those girls on just an unbelievable performance throughout their 4 years. They're 25-1 in their senior year. And my official curse with Coach Kelly's team, starting off 0-4 in all those games, is officially over. So we'll be able to follow them into the playoffs come playoff time, as we've only got a couple weeks left in the regular season before we head on to district play for our local squads. And with Beale City, Sacred Heart being in the same district, that is probably where we will start things. Our final, Clare 15, Sanford Meridian 0. An absolute dominant performance through the first 2 innings. Clare scores 10 runs with 2 outs. Our Zaid Batchelor Baller of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. Going to Miss Alyssa Brandon. I've got her 3 for 3 on the day with 5 RBIs, including an absolute blast that would have put a big old dent in the turf field here, or the turf room here at Clare, if it wasn't for the netting. 15-0 our final. Congratulations to the Lady Pioneers. We'll be back with more softball action Saturday afternoon with the Sacred Heart Academy girls. Chris Spotman, sign off till Saturday on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.